Good evening, Geek Nation. I'm George, and this is That Geek Show, the show where we talk about the latest and greatest from the world of collecting, movies, video game, TV, and tech. With me, as always, breaking this stuff down is my hetero life mate, my man, Seth. What is going on, bro?
What's poppin', everybody? It is me, your 1/6 scale supreme leader, your messiah of Friday nights, the voice of the voiceless. What's going on, everybody? Calvin's like, oh, God, here we go. So what's going on, everybody? Happy Friday night. Let's get this going.
The prodigal son has returned.
Oh,
I don't know if it's the prodigal son, the prodigal brother, because he hardly ever comes on the show no more. My brother from another mother, Calvin, the statue fanatic, the fig pin fanatic.
The fig pin. Oh, I like it.
Yeah, you are the fig pin fanatic
right
now.
Here. Oh, wow. I like that. I hadn't thought about that. But what's up, man? And don't do that, man. This is my home. This is my family. What are you talking about?
It's been a minute since you've been here, though.
Because there's a lot of shit going on.
All right, guys.
There is.
I hear you. All right. And flanked by our two guests and a little bit drunk, possibly on coconut water, is my man from NoMoreMutants, my man Ralph. What is going on, bro?
What's up? I am the Plunko King, my friends. I am the one that got you everything you wanted, man. You just brought a token, and me and Calvin did all the magic for you.
All right. And today, hanging out with us is our friends from FIGPIN. Talk FIGPIN with us, obviously. First up, we got Amado in the house. What's going on, Amado?
Same. Really excited to be here.
Great, man.
I need to work. I need to work on my adjective-laden introduction. So next time I'll have one really really worked
We're trying
out.
to top Seth. Seth is a very difficult act to follow. I've been following behind his shadow for 10 plus years.
Oh my God.
Just making sure that the floor is properly carpeted and that the curtains part the right way. I got to make sure that Seth's in good order right now.
Listen, I can't help it. I'm like the man of 1,000 monikers. All right?
Also joining us from FIGPIN is my man Erik. How's it going, buddy?
All good here, man. All good.
I could see that, man. You got a drum set behind you? You gonna play some tunes for us later or something?
I've been waiting for him to play. This is the fourth opportunity right now.
You can't show the drums and not play the drums a little bit.
So this is my one room I get in the house, so everything's got to be in here.
Hey, that's what happened to me.
Right. You get it. I can tell.
Cram it all in one spot. All right, guys. So another great week in collecting. We got our friends from FIGPIN here. We're going to talk some crazy, I guess, rumor that's going around. Calvin filled me in on something called APGate. I was like, what the heck is that? So we're going to talk a little bit about that and talk some FIG pins. We're going to be giving away some FIG pins, or what are we giving away? Calvin said we're giving away stuff.
Coins, I think. We're dropping coins.
Tokens.
Coins, my bad. Tokens, my bad.
Coins. Beautiful coins.
I didn't know what we were giving away. Coins. I like coins. Coins are good.
Yeah, so these are the tokens that we had at the event. They're called the special token for us coin, and
that's awesome.
On the back it had a lot of the phrases that we use with FIGPIN, and then we had the we had the GPS coordinates of the event around the outside.
Oh, that's cool.
So we minted I believe 1,500 of these for the event, and I thought it would be fun to send some over to Calvin. And as we interact with some of the fans on the call today, we could connect with them and figure out a way to send them some of these tokens.
Okay, that's cool.
They were very popular at the event for a lot of reasons, and I thought instead of these things just sitting in a box in the warehouse now, we try and kind of get back to the community somehow.
Nice,
cool.
I love the GPS coordinates on it. That was really cool.
Pieces of 8.
That's what I need. I need something with like the GPS coordinates on it, so I know where I'm going. Yeah. If I get lost, here's the token. This tells me where I need to go. Midnight Geek, thank you for the super chat sticker or the super sticker.
Already?
Okay. Super sticker. We got stuck.
That's midnight, baby.
All right, man. Why don't you get down and let's do a roll call.
Yeah, let's do it. We got about 73 people watching right now. And we got about 34 thumbs up. As you're coming in, guys, make sure you smash that thumbs up button. And let's see what we got going on. We got Lazy Ones. We got Eek Street. He goes, Amado and Erik Amado and Erik from FIGPIN on the show tonight. What? Get out. It's going to be a great show. We got Primetime Reviews. We got my man BoardCube 1 of 2. We got Marco Vargas. We got WTF It's Juan. We got Philip A. Frankie's in the chat. We got Josh. We got Alan in the chat. Alan. We got Pinche. We got Chris. We got Giddy Up. We got the DCJR ST10. We got Nika. We got Cisco Deer. Alex Figure Collector. We got Midnight Geek. We got Twisted Nightmare Pictures. What's up, Jared? Let's see. We got Richard Melendez, McButter Golem. Joe's in the chat. What up, Joe? Mojo. We got Wolf's Blood. We got Carnage Asada. Love that.
I like that. Yeah, that's a good name.
It makes you scared, but also hungry. Yeah. We got Thor 2941. We got Gone Toy Hunting. We got Colorful Jamie. We got Casey Martinez. We got Jacob. We got my man Captain Powerlift. What up? We got I Am Tofu. I am Groot. we got Justin. We got Mills Fam Collectibles. Amber's here. We got Makala. What's going on? We got Levi.
I think there was Malika, bro.
Malika. Yeah.
Say the names right, bro. Come on, man.
Malika, Malami. What? I don't know. Whatever. We got Fabulous Disaster. We got Jason Nielsen. We got. Let's see who else. Edwin Diaz is in the chat. Pedro Lopez. B-Rad Pat Breaks. What's going on?
Just got this ready to jump.
We got Bats in the Belfry. Let's see. We got Cat's Ass. We got
I like that game.
Charity. We got Craigers is in the chat. We got Hidden by Mikey. What's going on? We got Cecilia, Christopher Chun, and Patrick. So thank you all for joining us. And we got what is it? We got two more. We got one more. We got Davon Johnson. You're from NYC. You're damn right. I'm from New York. So yeah, let's get this show on the road, Jorgito.
All right, man. All right. So I guess where do you guys want to start with this show, Calvin? You're the one that hit me up with this. You told me about something called APGate, and I'm like, I'm interested in finding out what the hell's up with that. But do you really want to go there, or do we want to start off talking about the FIGPIN shows? Because you guys were just gone for like a week at a party that I was not invited to, which I feel very bad that I was not invited to this party. I invited you to all my parties.
Well, see, so here's the thing. So secretly, unbeknownst, Ralph took your spot.
Ralph took my spot. I got replaced. Is what happened.
Somebody had to run that Plunko machine, man, and somebody had to go live on IG.
Ralph took your spot, man.
Brother from another mother, man. All right, I feel that. Feel the family love here. What we got here?
Mills Fam Collectible, $5 super chat. Thank you so much. Hey, Fig Crew, thanks for a kick-ass event. Definitely need an encore for WAP2. Also need to see you all at TexasCon. Everything is bigger in Texas.
Everything's bigger in Texas.
That's a coin right there, by the way. You need to write that. That's definitely a coin.
It's also truth, man. I had a steak in Texas one time. I tipped the plate over.
The food in Texas is legit.
All right, Calvin. So tell me about this party, man.
Oh, right. All right. So it was called the I don't know how you want to say it, but it was a FIGPIN Warehouse awesome party. And I didn't know what to expect when I got there, man. But I'm telling you, I have gone to New York Comic Con. I've gone to San Diego Comic Con multiple times. Look, I even went to Japan. Not knocking Japan at all. I had a fantastic time. But at none of those places did I feel the type of community, and it was just an event like no other that I've gone to. I mean, having a group of people there that were like-minded collectors, the respect, it was just so awesome. So I don't know how he did it, so I'm going to throw this over to Amado because I got to work with this guy, and let me tell you, he's a beast. You got to keep up. But Amado, you got to share with us how this even came about, and how did you pull this off? This was amazing.
Yeah. Well, first of all, thank you. I still get embarrassed when people talk like that about the event. We have there's a smallish Discord group that's kind of getting bigger, and I go in there occasionally, just kind of BS with them and talk about FIGPIN. And this one day, I kind of threw the idea out there. I'm like, wouldn't it be cool to have a warehouse, sale? It was initially like this idea of a warehouse sale in Irvine, because we moved to this new facility back in February. I think end of February was our move-in date. And we've spent like since February just trying to get the place up and running, sorting out all the racks and how we work and how we do fulfillment, where we store APs, how we store APs. And we got to a place where we're all pretty cool with it. Like, you know, it looked like a well-organized place, and it became something that I was very proud of. Not just for the FIGPIN community, but also for Team FIGPIN that's up in Seattle. And so I threw this idea out there, like, wouldn't it be cool to have a warehouse party? And the conversation just kind of started going. And whenever I go in there, I'd throw some ideas out there. And at one point, I think it might have been about a month and a half or 2 months ago, I don't remember exactly when, I said, we're going to do it. Like, I don't care. We're going to do this thing. We had no idea what it was, but we said we were going to do something at the warehouse, and we just started building it from there. The name, you know, is like we have accidentally come up with really funny acronyms, starting with the FIGPIN Awesome Fest and the FIGPIN AP and the FIGPIN Ultra. I'm not going to say what the acronyms are, but you guys can figure it out. And so when we were like, we have to do this warehouse party, it was like, well, it's going to be a party. It's going to be an awesome party. It's the FIGPIN Warehouse Awesome Party. So that was funny. And then when we said we're going to do the tokens, you know, I don't remember if it was me or one of the fans, we said, let's call it the special token for us. So all these acronyms became part of the initial DNA of this idea, which was, let's have fun. It's going to be silly. We're not going to take ourselves seriously. It's going to be outside in a parking lot. The event that we were going to have up in Seattle was called the Awesome Fest, and it was in like a 4-star hotel in a ballroom with like steak and shrimp, and it was kind of like the anti. It was like the anti-Awesome Fest event, because this was going to be in a parking lot with tacos out of a truck. So that was kind of like the mood, and so to answer your question, it was just, we just started building this thing one piece at a time. How are we going to sell product? What are some special things we're going to do? What are the activities going to be? You know, initially we were looking at like spin the wheel. We talked about dunk tanks. We, you know, just like we threw all the ideas at the wall, and eventually we got to what we did, which was a prize wall with these boxes, which by the way were called, and this was someone in Discord, and I wish I remember the username, but they came up with the name FIGPIN Mystery Loot Box, again with the acronym play, and so we said, you know, we'll do these prize boxes. What we'll do is we'll come up with this. I remember like late one night, I'm chatting with Erik. I'm like, hey Erik, why don't we do like a token? You think we could do that? He's like, yeah, that'd be cool. And we drew this thing up in like one night, and you know, the next day or the day after, we're getting it priced out of our factory, and so everything just happened really fast. So fast that the FIGPLinko game was literally built. Well, it was built the day before, but it was designed and fabricated just 3 days before the event. I didn't even know if it was going to work. Friday afternoon, when Levi, one of our team members, finished screwing the whole thing together, we were like, all right, let's hope it works. And we put the token in, and it just did exactly what we wanted it to do. We're like, oh, we have another activity at the party. So
hey, real quick, I don't know about the plane.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna Erik. Remember, you had to like do some fixing with duct tape there.
Oh yeah.
For a little bit.
MacGyver shit, man.
Hey, where's the duct tape, man?
we you know, when Levi was building it, I was like, Levi, if you put the side kind of bumpers like this, it's guaranteed that the token will never fall out. And then we kind of looked at it, we scratched our heads, and we said, you know what? It'll be kind of fun if they fall out every once in a while, but I guess they fell out too many times. Too many times.
But they didn't have a problem with it. Once it fell, they knew they had another chance to go at it again. So it was fun.
Exactly. And V2 will definitely be better there. So to kind of wrap up that last answer, you know, I do appreciate what you're saying, Calvin, about me and what I did, but really it was a team effort. Like everybody in Seattle was involved. Everybody in California was involved. All of the fans that were involved, you know, including, you know, Ralph and Calvin and everyone else. It really was a team effort. Everybody got together. You knew how it was before 1 o'clock on Saturday. It was kind of a madhouse just getting this thing going, and it was a madhouse running the thing. So it was just, you know, that's why I'm saying, like, we were blessed in that like everything just worked out well and everybody was happy. You know, of course, there were a few people that there are things they didn't like about it, but that's expected. But it was overall, everybody walked away, especially on the team side, very happy. We had 4 goals for the event internally. One was to get the team down to California. They had not seen the building. A lot of team members had not even met one another because of COVID. Like, we had hired more team members and we had never like physically met one another. So that was one goal. The second goal was to engage with our community. Like, we wanted to just, we hadn't seen our community face to face since New York Comic Con 2019. Wow. So we were dying to just kind of meet our fans again. The third goal was make some money, because we're a business after all, and you know, we got to make money and pay for stuff. And lastly, it was to get our team, kind of get our muscles ready for the con season. This year it's kind of wacky with the cons, but next year we are going to, I think, 8 events. So we need to get ourselves figured out. How do we present? How do we interact? How do we sell? How do we pack? All of that stuff. So I think we hit all goals for the event, and you know, now we're dealing with some of the the aftermath of it, I guess, with like the AP thing.
Yeah. Even before we get to that part though, like, there was something that Erik and I had a conversation about. Erik was telling me that he's up in Seattle, you know, he's in his place, he's creating, he's doing whatever, but that disconnect can kind of sometimes feel like there's not a whole lot of meaning to what's happening. And Erik, you got to share a little bit what you shared with me about what it was like for you being an artist, connecting with people the way that you did at this show.
Yeah, so like, there's really kind of a few levels of that, right? Like when we used to have, we haven't even been working in the same office locally in Seattle. So everybody's at home with COVID, working from home like the whole rest of the world. And when we would get samples in the office, everybody would go over and touch them and feel them and comment on them and really understand what we were making. And at home, everything's just on a computer. You see a photo of a pin come in from the factory. You zoom in real close to see if everything's good. You know, you still examine it the same way, but you just don't really get a chance to talk with each other about what you see, what you can learn from one thing that was a success on one of the designs, and maybe one that you want to change something. And so it kind of becomes where some of the ones that you really know work through a photo, you send them through because you got to keep the trains rolling. There's other ones where you maybe try something new, or you push the boundaries a little bit, and we have to wait, and then they show up to one of the production person's houses, and then they drive them over, or we meet at Starbucks, and then we pick up the pins, and then I take them home, and then we all have to just kind of trust that we're all doing it. So now that we're at home, we sort of lost that, getting even the physical samples in our hands, but even more, we kind of just lose the team camaraderie, of all of that. And then you extend it out to the rest of the team in California. They would come up Amado would come up every now and then, and we would have team events. And just seeing everybody with pins in their hands, cards that they wanted to talk to the artists about, or share or trade. Like, you really start to go, oh yeah, this isn't just a digital file anymore that I'm passing around, or a bunch of photos. Like, these are things that people really love and cherish, and they want to share with other people. And it adds a lot more meaning when you get to see the looks on their faces. You get to talk about their experiences and what these things mean to them, and see them talk about it. We joke sometimes when we're talking with each other about, you see whenever you see us, we're in our room. This is like my fake backdrop, right? But it's a real backdrop. I don't ever leave this room, you know. And I've seen Amado sitting in that, you know, IKEA chair like every day for about 4 hours a day. So anyhow, I really enjoyed that conversation. But the point of it is like going from no connection at all to connecting in such a personal and expansive way all in one day was a little jarring, but all in the best kind of way. You know, like it's like diving into a vat full of fuel and just like soaking it all up. So that was pretty awesome.
My mind was blown, completely blown. But I think we forgot to mention, George, at the beginning about that whole coin thing. You ask some questions in the chat. You want to get a coin, ask questions. We answer your question. You get a coin for that question. So I know you guys probably got a lot of questions about what's going on. I know there's questions about, you know, what cons are happening, what cons are not going to happen, all that kind of stuff. Go ahead.
I think George actually has a really good question he wants to bring up. And I think it's about distribution.
Oh,
so
okay.
I'm wondering if George would elaborate on that question, and maybe these guys can answer that for us. So
just the way Seth sets this up,
I know. It is. I'd much rather read a question from the chat, but yeah, you got to bring that up.
Spice it up in here. Let's get more caliente. Let's go.
Yeah, I know he's saying.
Yes, this is exactly what he's doing. So what Seth's talking about is an issue I have with purchasing the fig pins through Target and through Walmart. That's what
All right,
Seth
guys,
is bringing up there.
I'm leaving now.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, I feel you. And I know it's nothing against you guys. I mean, I do like the pins. I have a collection of the fig pins myself, of the Star Wars ones. But the way that Target handles your products, it makes me feel like I don't want to continue collecting if it goes to that level that I have to complete a set. I have to go to Target to finish it. That's what's happened. So I don't know exactly what Seth is expecting me to say beyond that.
Oh no!
I
just wanted you to throw it out in the universe so they know, so they're made aware if there's maybe something they could do on their end to maybe try to rectify the situation and make it easier for us collectors to be able to obtain what we're looking for.
There's two big issues there. There's two big issues. So we break out the people who resell our product. We break them out into two groups. One is what we call major retailers, and one is specialty retailers. These are the terms we use. Other people might use different terms. Major retailers are big box stores. They have hundreds of locations, multi-billion-dollar companies. Specialty retailers, a little bit smaller, online, maybe brick and mortar, maybe mom and pop, the smaller guys, even resellers. So one of the things that's been happening with Target, they were the very first people to put our product in retail. I don't know if you remember, Eric, technically might have been Best Buy, Calvin, but technically they were the first. But Target was the first one to put like a wave of pins for us in there. And I can tell you this, and I don't want to talk negatively about anyone, but we've been since then, and this is now 3+ years, we've been frustrated with how our product presents in retail. That being said, I think it's, I understand it from their perspective, because when you have 2,000 stores and you have different team members trying to put product out, and especially in the back wall where Target puts their collectibles, it's kind of like a tornado went through there every single time. But I can tell you, for 3+ years, whenever I go into Target, like proud as like a new father to see what fig pins are looking like, I walk out of there sad, because they're not presented the way that I'd want them to be presented. And I'm being completely blunt and honest, and that's just how it is. When we did have the side cap, what we call side cap or power wing, as Target calls it, that black display, I thought they presented beautifully in Target. I thought they were amazing in Target. So we're working through these things with them, and it's not easy. it's an enormous corporation. There are a lot of the people that buy the product are not necessarily the people that merchandise the product, are not necessarily the regional managers who actually execute the displays. So it's hard to work with that. And we're working with 10 other major retailers trying to do the same thing with a team, with a small team. So the second one, real quick, are these exclusives, which and everyone knows the Bumble. I mean, if we want AP Gate, there's Bumblebee Gate too.
Gate. Yeah.
There's a Bumblebee Gate.
Yeah.
Your community's got a lot of gates, bro.
A lot of gates. Yeah, it's like we're a gated community here.
Bumblebee Gate.
You know, the reality is we make Bumblebee, we sell it to Target, we ship it to Target. It's not our property anymore. We don't own it anymore. Once they receive the product, it's on them to fulfill it or to display it or to launch it the way that they told us they would. Now, if they change that for whatever reasons, whether it's those logistics issues or some other issues, it's really out of our control. And so from a business perspective, you know, that sounds kind of clear, but I think from a fan perspective, that's when it gets lousy. Because I've been tracking this Bumblebee thing for all summer long, and it's just the worst. It's the worst thing, and we have to figure it out. I wish I could sit here and say, well, we're going to do this, this, and this, and that's how we're going to fix it. We don't know yet. We don't know how to navigate through these big systems to try and get these things released when they say they're going to release them.
So it's not even the thing with the release. It's okay. So here's what happened to me. So I go into the store, and I go to a store that actually has 2 of the Bumblebee fig pins in stock, 2 of them. And I get there in the morning when the store opens, you know, and I'm only looking to get one. And the store has it on hold for one customer, both pins. You know, so I asked them, I was like, look, they don't need both pins. Can I just get one pin? Now you can give the other guy the one pin. The representative wouldn't help me. They basically told me, no, it's because they have it on hold for the one customer. And then, you know, I said, okay, fine. I want to speak to your supervisor. Supervisor comes over and she backs him up. So it really pissed me off. It's not just the fig pins. I have a lot of other things that Target does to me with different with other collectibles that I buy from there. And it got me to the point that I literally told that day Calvin with a lot of exploding that I am not going to buy anything that requires me to go to Target to finish the collection. You know, it makes me like stop. It's because of the way that they act. They're horrible. It's really
I can tell you this. I can tell you this from a business perspective. The majority of the fig pins that are sold through those channels for us. Not on .com, not on figpin.com, not through the specialty retailers. By volume, the majority of fig pins that are sold out into the world are sold through Target, Walmart, GameStop, et cetera, et cetera. So this is for us customer acquisition. This is how we are getting new fans, new collectors into collecting fig pins. So we don't like a lot of the things that are happening. We're trying to fix them, and it is something that we I don't want to say we have to do it, but this is how you get more collectors into collecting fig pins. And so I could, you know, like I can tell you, this is something we talk about daily. You know, I don't know if you remember back in the day, the joke that I made was we used to sell the blind box fig pins at GameStop because they would put those big fat GameStop stickers on the front of the fig pin box. And so you couldn't tell like what was in there. You had to like peek in there. You know, it's a struggle. It's a struggle for us. We're going to be relaunching that display in Target. We're working on a new project at Target that might change how we do things completely in there. So we're not giving up. We want these things to be presented the way we would want to present fig pins, and you know, you have to believe that we are trying as hard as we can to work within these systems to get the products out there.
I believe you.
But it sucked.
So here's something that you know, I mean, more than anybody, these guys know I basically live in Walmarts and Targets because of what I do and what I collect and what I search for. So with that being said, I know, and I'm not trying to like compare apples to oranges or anything like that, but I'm just trying to give maybe like a different perspective on things. Maybe you guys might not, see it that way. With NECA, what they do is that they actually have a representative that goes into Targets like once or twice a month to see how their display is being done and stuff like that. Is that something that you guys might put in place to make sure that your product is properly stocked, everything's laid out the way that you want to? So we don't run, like collectors like me and George and Calvin and Ralph and anyone else don't run into issues like that.
Yeah, I'm not trying to be like cagey here, but we are absolutely working on a way with that store in particular of fixing that, of fixing these issues. It has a lot to do with which departments in the store buy from us, because it's not like Target buys from us. Each store has all these different sections, that different buyers and different. So we're trying to improve this. Like, we are absolutely trying to improve. What you're describing is something that we're very aware of, and we're looking at every option that we have.
Like if you guys, I know with a company called Migo, they have like street team members, and while they're out and about, they stop into these stores and they look at displays, and they actually report back to the corporate to let them know what the stores look like. I know it's not on the same lines as like a merchandiser. It's more of someone just kind of like keeping an eye on things. Do you guys have like a street team or something like that, or has that thought even come across?
Yeah, we've talked about it. I think we're very lucky that our fans are kind of our street team, because they share that information very publicly. So we see like in real time how our products are being displayed in retail. Now, it might not be the most methodical way of doing it and the most kind of data-driven way, but we are seeing it out there, and we are fixing it. I can tell you one thing. No one's supposed to see which pin this is, but I could tell you, like, for example, our new PE. What's that?
You can't show us.
I cannot show you, but we have this like new system of hanging the product, like this PET wrap thing. So now when you hang the product, it'll be like perfectly vertical. Whereas right now, Calvin's like, whereas like the ones they hang down, they hang kind of like over. This. They lean, So we're doing a lot of stuff. We're doing a lot of stuff to allow the product to present nicely, even if it's just hung on pegs. So all I could say is trust us. This is like front and center for us in when it comes to retail. Like, we are fixing that every opportunity we can. I don't want to keep using the excuse, but we're a small team. So we have to just kind of pick our battles.
It's not an excuse. You can only do so much with what you got.
Yeah.
But just to make everybody feel at ease, I did find George the Bumblebee.
No, you did not. You did?
I did find George. I did find George the Bumblebee. So George will be getting his Bumblebee.
Where did you get it from?
So from Target.
Seth always has good luck when he goes into Target.
He has
connections. He knows coming around.
So rest assured, guys.
I don't want to say what I think, but
don't worry. George got his FIGPIN. I went out of my way to make sure he got it.
Next time I get in trouble with Target, I'll be like, I know the owners.
Hey, that didn't work. That never worked with me.
And it works with you, and you are the owner. Oh my god.
Yeah. I've tried that one.
That's awesome.
Any questions to answer in the chat? Seth, I'm trying to do two things, like with my phone and then this.
We can.
Calvin, get them a question. Get them a question.
Hold on, I got some. Let's see here. I saw a couple of good ones. Let me scroll back for a second.
And then I'll chime in after the question's asked. I want to get that question asked first.
Well, how about that Bumblebee question right there? Considering it says, here we go. Can you please explain how an artist-proof pin flows compared to the regular production? I'm a Disney collector and wonder if it's similar. If it's similar to that.
Yeah. So let's kind of kill two bumblebees with one stone here and answer the AP thing. Yeah. And so I think one of the most important things to say here is that just like I was talking about major retailers and specialty retailers, like I know, for example, that I believe Funko calls the major retailers specialty retailers. You know what I mean? So even as we work with with some of the big licensors, they'll say this is a limited release, and they'll say this is a limited edition, but we say, limited edition for their. So there is no universal terminology. Just to start off there, people have been in the last couple of days saying, well, if you call it artist proof, then it must mean this thing, and we're just not operating that way. What we call an artist proof is what we defined, and what I've been saying since the day one of the app. I've been explaining what we call an artist proof. So I think it's really important for me to just real quick run from the top down what an artist proof is. If there's a pin we're going to do, so let's say we're going to do Hawks, right?
Oh, okay.
Sorry?
No, I thought you were going to show the
He thought you were going to show the other one.
So let's say we're going to do Hawks. It goes through a process where we talk to the licensor. We say we're going to do this pin. We draw the pin. It gets approved. It gets sampled. Now these samples are what we call prototypes because it has not been approved by the licensor. The licensors will go through a multi-step approval process. They first approve the drawing, and then they approve the sample digitally because of COVID. And now they're going back to approving the sample physically, meaning we ship out a sample to them and they'll physically approve it. But I think most are going to stick to digital for a while.
During that process, we internally approve what the factory sent back to us from what we sent them. That's really the kind of the sample approval stage is at that point before it goes to the licensor.
This is the artist proof you're talking about here.
No, these are still prototypes because they change. Yeah,
okay.
like sometimes the tool has to get changed, the screens have to get, the colors have to get changed. So just so that everyone knows, those prototypes do have a serial number on the back of them. But if we run 5 or 10 or 20 prototypes, they all have the same serial number but we did that very specifically because we didn't want those to become collectible. Those are pathfinding pins for us. It's just for us to kind of figure out what that final piece is. So, so let's say we're going to run 2,000 of this guy. We run 2,050. Back when our master cases were 36 pieces, we would run 2,036 pieces. Now, in China, the 36 are now 50. They peel off at the factory and go to our Hong Kong office. Our Hong Kong office does initial examinations of the pin. They grab a few for their records. Then they send the box up here. We receive the pin. We do more examinations of the packaging. We're using this process, the AP process, to validate things like this new, this new packaging style.
I feel like they gotta do that.
New packaging methodologies and stuff. And those pins are what we call them in our database. And this is like me being as truthful as humanly possible. In our database system, they were called overages, right? So the contractual samples, the licensor contractual samples go out of the overages. So if there's 50 extra made, our Hong Kong office will get 3. We land 47 in the States. This is months before the others get here, right? We land 47 in the States. The licensor will get 5, 6, 10, 15, depending on the licensors. They get their contractual samples. We grab a few more of those. Some of the team members might get them to kind of check out the product. One of them will go to our photographer who'll shoot the product. The others haven't even gotten on a ship yet, right? So these pins, these 50, have already started a whole different journey. They're already different on a different path. So these are the artist proof. And I've been saying from day one, you cannot tell the difference between an artist proof and a common. I know that's going to upset some people, but we've been saying it from day one. The only way to tell the difference between an artist proof and not the common and the one that it's from, the run that it's from, is through the serial number. It's a digitally segregated group of pins that had a different mission in life than the others. They were the contractual samples. There are the ones that are given away to influencers. There are the ones that sometimes get stolen from us. There are the ones that we give to potential buyers. There are the ones that the team members sometimes get. So if you believe in the digital side of the product, APs are amazing because they have a very unique story to them. And and they also have higher volume scores and cohort scores and things like that. Or not higher cohort, but you know what I mean? They have just different numbers to them. If you don't believe in the app, then I don't know what to say. That that's just what we are. This is what we do. What happened with APs is I think the community kind of like APGate, the community started building up this aura around APs. And again, whenever anyone asked me, I'm very honest with them. I do my thing. I tell them what it's all about. But you can't control what like hundreds or thousands or tens of thousands of people think. You can tell them as often as you can about what it is, but rumor mills and the game telephone, you repeat something 5 times and it eventually changes. This is what's happened. I just want to say one other thing. A lot of fans believe that a boosted pin, like a max boosted pin, is more valuable than a non-boosted pin, right?
Uh-oh. Calvin, you're about to rock Calvin's world right now.
That same belief applies totally to APs, meaning what is it that makes a boosted pin? You have 2 identical pins. One's max and one is not. What is it that makes this one more valuable than the other one? It's its digital signature, right? Yeah, it's the digital. Well, it's a perception, but that's backed up by the digital records, right?
Right.
Same thing for a super match bonus or last chopper out. These are just digital attributes of a pin of that pin that make that pin different than the next one. The same for the AP. FIGPIN from day one has been about this interplay between the physical product and the digital product. And that's that's where all of this exists. All of this AP stuff and the app stuff exists. Is I have physical pins, but they also have this digital life to them, and the digital life is constantly changing and evolving and getting richer and deeper. So I think this is really the big takeaway that people need to understand about FIGPINs. We're not Disney pin trading pins where if it has a back stamp on it that says AP, that's what makes it an AP. That's what they do. That's not our thing. Our thing is the digital record, the serial number, and the meaning of that product behind the serial number digitally. APGate is a really simple story. When we first started, all of our APs were up in Seattle, in Washington. There was nothing stored here in California. So when we got the new warehouse, we started shipping all APs. We wanted to put them in one centralized location. So we would be getting for like a month and a half, we'd be getting boxes and pallets of just random stuff. And it was about 300 SKUs that had accumulated in the offices in Seattle over 3 years that we were trying to ship down to California, organize and segregate from our common stuff. And so we were getting pallet loads of stuff, boxes of stuff every day. And we created this. Calvin, you were in the warehouse, there's like a physical divide between where we keep our stock and where we keep our APs. In that process, we know of 3 boxes that got mixed up, right? Because back then, just like I said, you can't tell the difference between an AP and a common unless you open it up, plug in the serial number. So 3 boxes went over that way. Goku, whose number I can't remember, Hidan from Naruto, and then the Nino Kuni flat pack or that Probo pack pin that we did. So over this past summer, we hired an intern to. This sounds like I'm blaming an intern, but we had someone. It was the intern's fault. Yeah. No, we hired someone to basically go through the entire AP section and sticker them so that we, as a company, just by glance, if it's an AP or it's not, because we can't ask the team members to rip open the box, plug in the serial number every single time to verify if it's an AP or not.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just doesn't make any sense. So we did that, and then in like end of July, we also instructed when I designed the AP stickers, we instructed the factory to now start putting the AP stickers on that box of 50 that leaves the factory. So now we're not stickering stuff anymore; it's coming straight from the factory that way with the AP stickers. So that's never going to happen again. You know what happened? But people got comments with APs in them. I mean, I'm sorry, people got comments with an AP sticker in them.
Right.
They brought it. Every single one who brought it to us, we're like, oh shit, sorry, let's fix that for you. We'll take that and give you another AP.
My frustration.
So I don't know what the conspiracy is.
Right. My frustration with it was when I got back from the event, I started reading all this stuff online, and I happened to be in the warehouse. So I got so frustrated seeing these people post things that were so completely false, because I got to see just how segregated those things were in the warehouse. Like, you don't just go in and change things. Like, it was so easy to see how the mistake was made. And I tried to explain that to people, and it just fell on deaf ears, and it just took on a life of its own. I mean, it was nuts. Yeah. Even when Ralph and I were doing Plinko, and so was Erik, there were times we had a sheet of stickers, right? I personally was peeling stickers off and putting them on pens. And I could see how that if I didn't know that
it was you,
I'll take the blame for it then. I will own it. So I was actually peeling, Erik, you were there. I was peeling off stickers, putting them on pens. I don't know if they were freaking APs or not.
No, Calvin, let's explain why though. Like, it's actually not your fault. It's Hero Complex's fault, because you can't put a Hero Complex, you can't put a FIGPIN into Hero Complex with the bag on it, right?
No, you cannot.
Yeah, and our AP stickers are on the bag. Yeah, so we were like, let's present this nicely, take them out of the bag and put them in the display, and then the bags were like flying around and stuff.
Going back to the event,
everywhere.
Going back to the event, because you would have to put the pin right into that Hero Complex stand. It just wouldn't fit unless you took it out. I kind of stuffed it in there because the line for the Plinko was so long. It was longer than the people who wanted to pay you to buy more pins. I was like, at a certain point, I'm like, Calvin, we just got to stuff this. Go. And these guys would not stop. Sometimes came up with 20 tokens, and he's like, sorry, everybody behind me. Boom. And he just kept going and going and going. And it's like, they love the game. I mean, I'm not into Discord, guys, like Calvin is. But one thing, as an outsider and somebody who's just starting in I got 90,000. I know there's others of you who got a ton more points.
Calvin,
to me, the biggest takeaway was the community, the camaraderie, and just the happiness of the event. I have never seen personally, in the times that I've gone to cons, one, the generosity, two, the amount of work that you guys were doing. Everybody was there. Everybody when I was live, people were telling me, go find Allison. I want to see who Allison is. I want to see who Levi is. And they know these guys' names. Mind you, they work in the warehouse and they're not front stage like you guys. But I got to meet Erik. I got to in person. I got to meet Derek. I got to meet Jay, the other artist. I got to meet Dan. And these people were shaking my hands and just treating me like a normal person. And not just me, because maybe you consider me an influencer, but because they treated everybody else the same way. Come here, let's take a picture. Hey, are you having a great time? And to me, that was the biggest takeaway. Everybody was having a good time. Maybe there were a few people that got let's say the bad one was a bad sticker, but everybody was happy. Everybody was just I saw a kid, I kid you not, Amado and Erik, I saw a kid pull out the piece of paper. He's like, what is this? It's in the box. I'm like, bro, you just hit the jackpot. Go over there. And he came out with an Excel Vegeta, and he was like, yes! And I'm like, that's what it's about. And you guys did that for a dad who just took his kid, and he's like, all right, you get the Vegeta, I'll get the other ones, fine. But dad gave it up, and that to me was the experience. It was great.
You go back and look at the pictures, the amount of smiles on people's faces and the amount of cheering, and it was crazy. I think every con should be like that, and it's not.
Yeah.
So it was nuts. It was crazy.
Somebody just asked if you would be if you're going to be able to buy the AP sticker. I just saw that pop up here a little bit ago.
Yeah, we have them. Yeah, we have.
Seth had it up for a second ago.
Yeah, I got it. It was a super chat. It was right here.
Okay.
Jeff B. Calvin, you writing stuff down or no?
I wasn't. That's what I thought you were.
Okay, Jeff, write down Jeff B.
We have them set up as 10 packs in an envelope. We have the SKUs set up. We just have to turn them on in Shopify. The idea was that we would sell them only at the event to start. But if I'm being completely honest with you, like we just ran out of time and we couldn't get it into the system the day of the event. But anyone that asked me for AP stickers, I had a whole bunch in my pocket. I was giving them AP stickers if they needed them, not to put on commons, but if they wanted stickers for their own.
Oh my God!
I take full responsibility.
That's funny.
I don't think that.
You know, Calvin, I never even. I never even thought of that, Kellen. Like when you said it, I'm like, oh, is that what happened?
Hey, I'll own it, man. I'll own it. So hey, hate me. But this is the deal. Anybody who got that was probably happy that they got that, because what they got to replace it
was even better.
I saw some like serious stuff get replaced with those things.
I think there's one more real quick thing I want to do. I call this the AP math, right? And I think it's important that the fans understand this. You know, we've from day one we've been super transparent about our numbers, our run sizes. I don't think anyone else does this where they share manufacturing data publicly in an app. But I want to kind of cool something down a little bit. If you do AP math, and I'm not talking about the one you do in high school. We have 800 plus SKUs, right? I think we might have a commonality there. If we have 800 plus SKUs, right?
Yep.
And you say like, we're running 50 APs for each SKU. How many pins is that?
That's a shit ton.
Right?
Yeah.
And tagging would say that's a ton.
That's it, exactly. Yeah. Now, if you say, well, up until the mid 600s or 500s, they were 36 pieces instead of 50, so that changes the math a little bit. And then you say we probably give out about 20% of those APs to the licensors, so you do a little more math there. And so, what the number leads you to is like, how many APs are we as FIGPIN sitting on? And that's why we were very generous with them during the event, because we can't sell those. Like, we literally can't sell them. We have to give them to the licensors, to fans, to potential buyers, to influencers, to the team. So for us, this concept that we're somehow doing funny business with the APs, is so out of left field, because we have these things that we want to give out to people, and that's what. That's what we accomplished at this event. If you remember, we were talking about the Unlock a Room lobby giving out APs every time on Unlock Day. So the goal of APs is to go out into the community, to seed the community with these more rare, digitally rare FIGPINs. So I hope this helps kind of cool off any of this AP stuff. I've said it on Facebook. I've said it in Discord. I've said it in Reddit. I don't know what other platforms I could communicate in. If anyone has any question or concern, like, ask me. I'll explain everything. I'll show you screenshots of our data system. There's no secrets here,
I think at the end of the day, people just have nothing better to do, and they like to stir the pot. They see a successful company. They see a group of people that are working extremely hard and have good positive influence in the collecting community, and they want to tarnish people's reputations. And you know what? I mean, but that's just the nature of the beast. You're always going to have negative people out there that just want to watch the world burn, and all you can do is try to do your best and just be as transparent as possible, like you're saying. So You know?
I think we could. I think in the area where we failed as a company is that we don't have clear documentation and explanation about all of these things that are publicly visible. Meaning, we need to go to our website, or we need to build in our website a place that just clearly explains all of this stuff. That clearly explains what is an AP to FIGPIN, how is it made, why is it different. We also need to do the same thing for the app. We need to define, like, what are the rules in the app? What are our feelings about boosting? What are the feelings about this, about that? Like, so that's something we could do better in, which is be very clear and post online what all of our rules and policies are.
Okay. Let me get some of these questions up so these guys can win some coins, man.
Yeah.
All right. So
yeah, for sure.
Got, Mills fan. It was way back when we were before we got on this topic. He wants to know: will FIGPIN ever consider a small box retail storefront?
I consider it all the time, because that's kind of the, you know. So I'm in San Diego, and I'm like one of the only team members that doesn't have an office to go to. So I've been telling the guys, can we open up a store in San Diego, and I could call it my office? But then I realized I probably won't get any work done, because I'll just be like up front the whole time.
They'll hit you hard.
But yeah, okay. In all seriousness, it is something that we've talked about. I think we might go more towards like the pop-up shop as opposed to a more permanent location. Yeah, storefront. Thank you.
I got a question, and this is just more of a personal thing than anything. Are you guys possibly working on trying to acquire a license to put out any WWE or AEW ones, like wrestling fin pigs? Like, do you have like are you going to go to negotiate with like WWE to try to get the licensing to put out characters for the fig pins with them?
Well,
or are you guys
I want you to. You should change the question a little bit, which is like, do we want to re-engage our WWE license, because we already made.
Oh, see, I didn't know that.
Hey,
yeah,
so far, I think, right?
We did. Eric's
that's something else for you to hunt.
Yeah, right. we have like Undertaker, Randy Savage. Oh my God, we have The Rock. We have
Sasha.
Yeah, because we had two waves, more of the some of the classic fighters, and some of the more Andre the Giant. Thank you, our tallest pin ever, I think. Yeah. So really, it's for us. There you go. There he is. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. How did I miss those?
Because you didn't watch my review of them.
Yeah, there you go. Check it out. Yeah, Ric Flair.
Oh man.
Nature Boy.
Man. Set. There you go, bro.
Oh, damn it.
He actually signed my badge.
So these are all double-digit pins, like in the early 20s, I think, in the 22, 23, or something like that. Yeah, check him out. Randy Savage.
You need a 4-pack with the 4 horsemen. Let's go.
So let me rephrase that now. Are you going to re-engage with WWE, or has there been any interest possibly from AEW?
No to the second one, but the first one we talk about it often, which is we had that license too early. We were too small when we got that license. Nobody knew anything about us. But I think if we re-engaged with them, I think we could make some really amazing stuff. But it all goes back to, for us, it all goes back to the capacity issue. You know, we are only so many people. We have only so many artists. And as you know, we have NBA, we have MLB, we have everything Star Wars. If I showed you the NBA pins that are now being sampled right now.
Baseball. I'm good with baseball. So
okay. Well, NBA is first. NBA is coming first. Yeah, I don't know if you've seen the San Francisco Giants pins that we did.
No, I did not.
Oh boy! Yeah, you got it. I don't know, Eric, if you have one there, but
what do you mean, this one?
Look at that.
Buster Posey. Oh, that is beautiful.
Yeah. So when we have all these licenses, Star Wars, all the anime stuff, our biggest problem right now is really just scaling up. You know, how do we hit everything? And so if we kind of get more licenses, we'd be doing them a disservice. We'd be doing our fans a disservice by just having licenses that we can't, make product of. But I can tell you, our team loves the idea of doing more wrestling pins.
So just a quick, just one.
Thanks,
one
Seth. You're killing me, bro.
Just one quick question.
The chat wants to ask a question. You talk too damn much.
Relax.
Damn. I swear.
I haven't said much.
Mouthy fucking guy.
Hit him more, Shaq.
With the just real
put
quick,
your ass on mute.
Whatever. Real quick with the baseball. Are there any Yankee players being made by chance?
Eric,
you have to assume there's going to be some Yankees in there.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Okay,
I'm
there
good.
you go.
I'm good now. Go
Are
ahead.
you done?
George.
Mute your ass right now. Here we go.
Ask him what
Mute you right now. There. Enough of Seth.
Raging Mando had a question there.
All right. Yeah. Any more original Star Wars pins coming out?
Like after the ones we announced yesterday, the day before.
Yeah, I know. I just saw those. Those are pretty badass.
Yeah.
Oh, I made a graphic that said like, sorry in advance to your wallets if you're a Star Wars fan, because we are coming out in a very big way with Star Wars. Like we are super fans of Star Wars. We were on the call this morning with Lucasfilm, and looking at the plan forward. We're planning on going to we're planning on going to
Celebration.
Star Wars Celebrations in May next year. So we are going to, like we are bringing the Death Star of FIGPINs to Star Wars Celebration. Like it's going to be, it's going to be crazy. So yes to Star Wars.
George, you said the Death Star.
Yeah, I'll do anything.
And George's butthole just puckered up a little bit.
I'll do anything to go to Star Wars Celebration. Yeah. Well, most things. I don't know about anything. All right, SS got a question. Can you explain the different lots and how it works? I don't know what that one means.
Yeah, absolutely.
Who was
really
that?
simple.
SS.
It's really simple. If we're making like a Chewbacca pin, the first edition of that pin is going to be a smaller run that's available on FIGPIN.com and sold to our specialty retailers, the little guys, the comic book shops, the resellers, mom and pop kind of places. The second edition one that's when we kind of open the doors and try to sell out to the larger the larger buyers, the Targets, Walmarts, GameStops. Now, if we make a run in like May and only one of those big stores buys it, they pick up second edition and that's just theirs. But if in May, Target, Walmart, and GameStop, all three of them place orders, those are all technically second edition, but we segregate them by lots so that the fans and us know that this person got their pin from the Walmart lot, this one got it from the Target lot, this one got it from the GameStop lot. So it's really a way to add to this idea that each pin has a story. You know where it came from. You could say, not that anyone would say this, but you could say, I only collect Target. Target.
No one's going to say that.
I only collect Target pins. So it's just a way of us adding more data to the to who is buying that lot of product and where is it being sold.
Gotcha. All right. Justin wants to confirm a rumor of a Mighty Morphin Power Rangers pin.
They are they're on the blocks. I'm pretty sure they're on in our pipeline.
In the
yes.
pipeline? All right.
Yeah.
Cool. Let's see if we got anybody else going in. Question.
Here we go. Devils. I like this name. Devil's Arm. Will there be any surprises for New York Comic Con other than the 6 con pins?
Yes. There are surprises, and I think as we saw with Funko a few days ago, New York Comic Con is it's kind of becoming problematic for some people. We like the pins that we made for New York Comic Con, they were made for New York Comic Con, but if for any reason that doesn't happen, we actually have the surprise thing that he's talking about absolutely lined up for New York Comic Con. I know that sounds really cryptic, but that's just the that's really all I could say right now. Is there is a surprise exclusive in there, and it's very, very much about New York and New York Comic Con and the fans that are going to New York Comic Con.
Cool. All
Can
right.
I ask Erik a question real fast?
Yeah, go ahead, get in there.
Erik, I know you work on a lot of stuff, you and the other two artists. Is there anything that you're working on now that you can share? Because I know you're always drawing and you're always busy. And last time you whipped out that Scooby-Doo.
Oh, you remember that?
Yeah, I remember that. Somebody took a screenshot and started posting it.
Oh, trust me, they've sent it to me about 1,000 times.
Can't share anything.
God, there's just kind of everything's either on one side of the line or the other. It's right. Like
If you show it, you'd have to kill us.
And I always tell people that I kind of work in a time machine, right? Like I don't always know if, in fact, I think it was at the after party that I started talking about something that we hadn't announced yet. Because, yeah, I don't know, like that was 6 months ago for me. I can't follow along with everything. So
yeah, you did.
So yeah, it might have been to you. Okay. So yeah, next show I'll prepare something.
All right, sure.
They won't happen, but
all right.
I think someone scored an AP version of one of the New York Comic Con exclusives.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I've only seen one.
Okay.
I would like an AP Star Wars
one. Was it through the Plunko?
That was totally our mistake. I don't know where they got it.
I didn't give that away.
I didn't do it.
That was me.
Which one? If you tell me which one it was,
I'd rather not. I just know that
okay.
It's like out of our AP section, it wasn't supposed to be. Yeah, it's out there. So someone already has one of our New York pins. But I think the pin was announced actually, right?
Well,
let me check. I'm sorry.
You showed silhouettes of the pin.
All I know is
we showed. Yeah, I mean they had it figured out within 24 hours. They had those silhouettes figured out.
So that pen, somebody's saying sold for $1,500. By the way.
Damn.
It was Madara.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
So yeah, that I saw it when the person
I didn't see that,
and they sold it for $1,500. I'm like, somebody bought that pen for $1,500.
That's insane.
Yeah, I mean,
that's crazy. Yeah, but
again, like if we talk about, but here's the thing: if we talk about the history of that pin, this pin now has a story.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. It was an accidentally leaked pin, a month before the exclusive release at a con, and it's an AP. Like this is really what makes collecting and collectibles fun. Is that there's a chance for every single piece, even though they're manufactured at the same time, even though they all look exactly like each other. There's a chance for every single one to have its own unique story. And you know me, Calvin. I'll start talking and I won't stop. But when we build out all these additional story cards, that concept is going to go into hyper speed or into overdrive. With artists or athletes or voice actors being able to digitally sign your pins. For you to be able to check your pins in at events and say this pin checked in at Emerald City Comic Con 2022.
That's really
and
cool.
Mark Hamill actually voice signed it.
Exactly.
Remember, I said if we could get Hamill to do the Joker and voice sign it. I mean, that would be amazing.
That would be pretty dope. Yeah.
That would be a really highly valuable pen.
And George is like, I would go to Target for that.
I'm gonna slap you when I see you next time. Really, really hard.
Amado, it's the Star Wars. I know the new Star Wars fig pins were announced. I shared that as well. Are they going to be in a box set as well, or these are only going to be individually? That you can only get them one at a time, or will there be like a Star Wars box?
So, the way we've been doing box sets, I think we're on our 5th or 6th box set. Is that we release the box set, gold plating or some special plating, and then release the commons afterwards. it doesn't mean we can't do it in reverse, right? It doesn't mean that we can't, because you'll notice that our waves are 5 pins.
Yeah.
They're 5 pin sets. So can we do that? Yes. Will we do that? I'm not going to tell you. But I think the New Hope pins, the first wave and the second wave, I think they would make amazing box sets. And
who worked on this? Was this Erik, Derek, or Jay?
So the first set was me. The ones that we just announced, those were mine. I think that, let's see.
That's the New Hope.
The New Hope.
The New Hope. So that, Luke, Leia, Vader, Trooper 1, Trooper 2.
Yep.
The next set, there's I think Derek did the majority of those, and Jay and I chipped in to kind of round it out. So I mean, they look amazing. Honestly.
They do. I mean, they got iconic poses and everything. I really was blown away by. I mean, the Vader, the Leia, even the Trooper, the one pointing a gun. I was like, dude, those look just like I remember, like just seeing the New Hope when I was a kid. You guys did a great job.
I like that Vader one
so much.
Yeah. And that
really
Gold
good.
Vader was out there at the event. and people, I was at the Plunko with Calvin, and people were like, yo, you got any Gold Vaders back there? I'm like, yo, we got to get rid of Patrick Star first, and then we got to get SpongeBob and Knuckles and everybody else. And then finally, Vader came out, and the whole crowd would go wild.
Crazy.
You would hear them like it sounded like you were playing, in a casino, and they just hit everything. Everybody would go nuts. So it was really cool to be a part of that event. It was really cool to just see the atmosphere and just the love for the collectible. It was really fun to be there.
Badass,
Our goal
man.
was to go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I'm saying it's badass. Go.
Yeah, no, just finish. I know I don't want to be disrespectful to people's times. I know we're on 2 different sides of the coast there, and we were trying to keep it down to an hour. And I think maybe what I could do is go back through and look at some of the questions and randomly pick people to send some coins to that we didn't get to ask their questions. If that's you guys?
I'm gonna keep on asking a couple of questions if you don't.
Okay,
mind.
you keep going.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to
I'm fine.
Okay.
I'm fine with staying on, Calvin.
Okay.
I'll speak for myself.
Erik,
I'm
how
fine
you
with staying
doing?
on. I
gotta jump, guys. So,
You gotta go. All right.
Yeah.
Man. Hey, man, it's good to
Erik,
meet you.
great to see you.
Erik,
Great
thanks
to
a
see
lot
you
for
again, Erik.
coming on.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Erik.
All right, take it easy.
Calvin and Ralph, just so everybody knows, those guys grinded it out all day long in the hot sun.
Dude, I got sunburned for the
I
third
know,
time
man.
in my black life. I got sunburned.
Third time in his black life.
Get sunburned.
Yeah, Calvin's all about grinding it out.
Yeah, I just wanted to say thank you to you guys, man, because that,
My pleasure, man. My pleasure.
It was great.
yeah. And next time when I say go take a seat in the tent, just go, man.
I will. I promise.
Yeah, let me tell you, thank God you guys had water, because it was just here, Calvin. You have some, I have some. It was hot, but we had a good time.
I don't like pushing people, but I was going to push you on that one, bro.
Yeah.
Guys,
Take it
thank you
easy,
so
man.
much.
Have a good one.
Gotta go. It was
Good to meet you.
Anytime you guys wanted to chat, I'm in. Although when you bring Amado along, I don't get many words in, so he knows everything.
So
I'll have you on solo, Erik. I'll have you on solo if you want one day. We'll do it on No More Mutants, and we'll just talk about the artwork and all that.
All right, man. One day we'll do that. That'd be
All
great.
right.
Okay,
No
man.
problem. Have a good
Cheers,
one.
everybody.
Take it easy.
All
Hey,
right.
man. Later. So this question came up a little bit back. Just I don't like missing out on people that put a super chat down. Marco Vargas is asking about any update on the Ultra. Can Mineta become an Ultra? What's an Ultra?
So as of last week, our Ultra has been the pin, the packaging, everything has been fully approved, and we actually put in the green light to manufacture them on Tuesday. So if we do the math there, it's a few weeks to manufacture, like 30, let's say 30 days, and then whatever travel time it has to get over here by ocean.
Oh, that's
So-
considering how many ships
Yeah.
are there.
Well, that's kind of the problem now with everything getting shipped in is it either takes 60 days or 120 days, and you just don't know. Yeah, Calvin, you probably are feeling that in your line of work too.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And on the app side of the Ultra, we've finalized everything. Oh no, lost Calvin. We've finalized. Yeah, we finalized all the functionality of Ultra, and I think it's going to be pretty cool. I could like recap real quick. I know we talked about it the last time, but Ultra has these 4 concepts, which is power to the pin, meaning if you buy an Ultra, you unlock it, your pin automatically gets a story card of 100. So it becomes very powerful in that way. There's the idea of power to the collector. So if you're an Ultra, if you own an Ultra and you unlock it, your score is actually, your collector score is going to go up by 1,500 points, which means you're going to get an additional 3 boosts per day. Then there's this concept of power to the collection, because your pins in your collection are what enabled you to buy the Ultra. So your Ultra will be able to give another 100 points to any pin in your collection. So this concept of power to your collection. And then the last fun part is the Ultra Snap that we call it. And I don't know if you remember that. So if you unlock an Ultra, you're going to get the Snap card. And then whenever you want, you have like 1 year to use it. When you snap that Ultra, everybody at that moment in the unlocker room is going to get a little Snap card, and they have a choice of whether they use it or not. If they use it, half of them are going to get their score zeroed out, and the other half are going to get maxed to 100. And if you use it either way, you'll also earn like story point for it. So it's going to be a really interesting kind of dynamic to see how and when these Ultra users are going to snap the unlock room, and then how each in the unlock room is now going to start building its own unique history, because they will say, I was part of that snap. I was one of the people who got zeroed out, or I was one of the people who got maxed out.
That's cool.
It's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah.
Is this still on the come, or are there already some Ultras out there?
No, not the only Ultras is this one here, in front of me. And
I can't with you, man. I freaking can't with you.
I'm all like looking down.
Midnight Geek said he put a chat, a super chat in there. So I scrolled back on the YouTube thing. I don't even think it's more of a question. He was just saying, please give us a glitter Rengoku.
Hey, who was that?
That was Midnight Geek.
Okay, done.
We got Panda Evo. Are you planning on doing D23 Expo again?
Yeah. That's one of the shows next year that we're going to attend. As of now, and again, like things can change, but as of now, once we find out when Emerald City is, it's going to be Emerald City. Celebrations, D23, San Diego, New York, and what am I forgetting?
C2E2?
Emerald City?
No, he said Emerald City first. C2E2 Chicago or no?
Maybe. I think the count was 7, so I have to check my notes. But we're
a year.
Yeah. We're going to be on the road a lot. Any chance of new Kiss?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Eric K asked another super chat question, but it was further back. He wants to know, how do you choose what becomes an exclusive fig pin versus what becomes a common?
Great question, and it's not a real simple answer. I think a lot of the times when we develop a wave, we want to make sure that the wave gets us like the most value out of that wave. So if we develop 5 or 6 characters, we want like the rock stars of that wave to be the commons, which means they become more available to more collectors out there by way of more distribution channels. We always want one for ourselves as a FIGPIN exclusive because we're greedy like that, and then we will give 1 or 2 as a limited edition. And limited edition is just our specialty retailers; only they could sell it. And then if there's enough pins in the wave, 1 will be given out as a retail exclusive.
So that's kind of like what you did. It's kind of like what you guys did with the Transformers, where you had Optimus Prime and Megatron be like the main ones, and then obviously Bumblebee going to Target. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. In hindsight, maybe we should have done that a little differently, but yeah, that's the idea.
Nathan's Gaming's asking, any chance of new Kiss Fig pins?
So too bad Erik left, but Erik and Dan, huge Kiss fans, huge music fans. This kind of goes back to the WWE thing, which is we want to do this stuff, but until we can get our capacity kind of up, our development capacity up and running, we have to be a little bit smarter about what we do. The reality about something like Kiss is it's not going to be as big a seller as like Demon Slayer at the moment. So we have to kind of pick and choose what's popular, what's going to sell, and develop it that way.
All right.
We got Marco Vargas. Can you leak anything today? Can you give us just like the tip of the one that's in front of you just for a second? Or just,
Yeah, I knew the tip was coming. Just can't get around without the tip.
Just that.
All right.
There's something that I could show you, which I think is sort of leaky-ish, but it's not what people are expecting. I don't think. Because of COVID and how kind of unpredictable things were, we used to do our exclusives, our con exclusives, where we would print the graphic directly onto the card of the pin. But now, because we don't know, like for example, we still don't know if SDCC is happening or not. I don't know if anyone knows or has any inside info, but we don't know if it's going to happen or not. But as a company, we have to develop exclusives for that event, because if it does happen, we need to go.
To be ready.
But if it doesn't happen, we also need to be able to not throw those out. Imagine if we have 6 or 10 exclusives with SDCC 2021 graphics printed on it and there's no event. So we decided to redesign how we do our con exclusive branding. And so I'll show you this. So we kind of
make you bigger. Hold on a second. Put you on
I like that.
Yeah. So we did this thing where it's a hollow sticker, but it kind of has a few tricks in it. One of them is that the sticker will be on the outside of the PET wrap, right? So this is what we call the PET wrap. This new method of wrapping. This is like instead of a bag. This is what all fig pins are going to come in. So the sticker will go on like directly onto the exterior, but the sticker will also, you can also peel the badge itself, and oh god, I'm going to do this on and then you decide to, like, you stick it where you want to. So if you want to do it on the side, or if you want to mimic,
have to cover the pin in the front.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, exactly. Or if you want to mimic how we did the old. Let me see if I have. Dropping everything here. Did we announce Doctor Strange?
Yes.
So like this is the new packaging, right? So then you'd be able to kind of, like, if you want to, there you go. If you want to put it like on the side, or if you want to take the card out and put it on the back to match how we used to do our exclusive stickers, because you'll notice that all of our pins, the character is kind of slid over to the left, so there's this kind of open space next to them, so you could put this on. And lastly, each sticker is going to have a unique serial number, a unique QR code. So we're going to build some cool functionality into the uniqueness of the con sticker.
I like that.
So it's really taking, and then also there's. It's going to happen. Yeah, it's going to happen to the AP stickers as well. Yeah.
I like that you're using a QR code in there too. It should help out.
Yeah, I think so, and it gives us a chance to build out some unique kind of experiences around the exclusive stickers.
So are those going to be the AP stickers that you just showed off? Are those going to be the ones that are going to be up for people to purchase?
No, the ones that will be up for people to purchase look like this. They're sheets of AP stickers, but it'll be half. It's not 20. It'll be 10.
They look pretty cool too.
And these in like a black envelope. But what I'm saying is like this is really kind of the future of AP stickers, because as Calvin was saying before at the event, like you don't want to be able to just randomly grab an AP sticker, stick it on something, and it magically becomes an AP. You need a little bit more kind of traceability with it, and that's what the QR codes are going to do.
Oh,
that's awesome.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a fail safe almost.
Yeah, exactly. And so someone can't like go out and print a bunch of fake AP stickers either. Yeah.
Sure.
Or con stickers for that matter. Or
Daniel wants to know when they will go up for sale.
I think it really any time now, because it's just a matter of us doing like a pre-flight check on the listing, make sure it's all sorted out, to make sure that the team in the warehouse has them in the right place, that all of the envelopes have the right barcodes on them, because we use a scan system for fulfillment. So the rule is if it doesn't have a barcode on it, we're not selling it. So it's just a matter of doing all the checks on that.
Got you. Chris has a question about the glue on the stickers. Does it stick to the plastic like the AP sticker does?
No. Well, I'm like I'm 2 days away from getting the last samples of that. Here, I could show you here. That's a great question, because I did notice that the AP stickers left a really lousy kind of residue on the plastic. These don't appear to do that. But I have to, because we just like here. I was kind of had my little test stickers here. This is a double AP. If you guys don't know what that is,
A double AP?
I'm just kidding.
I know.
Double AP gate.
AP.
So I'll be testing these in the next couple of days to make sure that the new ones don't have any adhesive, because it's really just a spec that you give for the adhesive.
Okay, cool. I think we're about out of questions.
Okay.
When's the next WAP party?
So
my ankles were hurting me. I mean, Calvin was like, "Look, you got little twigs for ankles, Ralph," but we were just nonstop. I know you guys felt the pain after work on Tuesday and Monday.
Yeah.
It was like, oh my god.
It's like when you see a video of someone getting into a car accident, and they're injured, but they just like jump out of the car and like run away because the adrenaline is just running through them, and like their ankles like dangling off, and they're just like running away. And that was us. Like we were just so pumped with adrenaline. By the time the evening came around, we went back to the hotel, and I'm like, Calvin, I told you this story, right? I went up to the hotel room. I'm like, I'm just going to lie down on the bed for like just 10 seconds. And 10 seconds turned into like 20 minutes. I almost passed out. But yeah, it was cool though.
It was a great event.
It looked like a fun event, man. That's cool.
Yeah, let me tell you, there were so many people interested. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Armando.
Yeah, to answer your question, we're talking about this concept of maybe being a summer winter kind of thing.
Okay.
But we have a couple other things we need to deal with right now. We know that we could put it together in a month and a half. So, maybe we could spring it on the fans, a month and a half before it happens. I know you guys want to figure out travel arrangements and stuff like that. So I'll be talking to the community about that, see if it makes sense. I don't think it'll be so AP centric. The next event, I want it to. I think that a lot of the fun stuff of the event we want to try to replicate and have more of. A lot more trading. We'll do some. We'll do some like roundtables. We'll do some more games. Just more engagement. I don't want Team FIGPIN to just be running around the whole time and not get a chance to really engage with the fans. More food. Just a more casual kind of event.
All right.
I enjoyed the tacos, but I will tell you, there were lots of people that didn't eat because they were so focused on getting their pins. They were just so excited. One guy turned around and was like, there was food here. You're right. I saw it when I first got here, but I was just so focused. I just didn't.
Yeah, you got to get them all, man.
Yeah, I mean, literally, there were people just trying to get it on, and I love to see just people trading and like, hey, you need this, I can help you with that. I mean, that was really cool. People weren't asking, well, this pin is worth 2 of that pin. No, they were just like, you needed this, I'll need that, and that was really cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Battles.
Yes.
Everybody's asking about that. I know that's still on the come though, right? So I remember on the last chat you came on, I was watching the video and I saw you guys were talking about that.
Yeah, we've been, and I think the fans that are really deep into the app know this. Like, our development has kind of taken a hit in the last, in the last 6 months or so. Part of it is COVID. There's a couple other reasons, but our rate at which we could develop features kind of slowed down significantly. Part of it was us kind of battling a lot of the scaling issues that we were having. So battles, unfortunately, unless we could figure out some faster kind of development methods, battles is going to slide back behind on Locker Room Lobby. I can show you something now real quick, which is fun. This is something that is live, and we just have to kind of hit the publish button, which is, I know it's not going to seem like a lot, but it's if I go into user settings here, like you'll be able to set an avatar for your user
account,
and that's going to give you an extra 500 collector score, which in boost land, that's another daily boost for everyone. And then there's this profile section, which just gives you like a snapshot of your whole account, when it was created, your scores, how many of each type of pin you have, how many originally unlocked you have, how many retired FIG pins you have. And lastly, we're going to push out a retired story card, meaning if you own a FIG pin that is now retired, it's going to get a story card, it's going to get some points, and of course, it's going to get a chance to go through the unlocker room.
I like that a lot. I mean, like, then you got to pick your FIG pin avatar to see, is it Thanos, is it Vegeta, is it Bulma, is it Launch that represents you? And I like that a lot.
It's cool.
And and lastly, the stuff that's being built right now is the ability to build shelves of your collection. So you could create custom shelves, like you want. You put all your Marvel pins together, all your Funimation pins together, and then you could share now shelves with other users, so other people can look at your collection on the shelf level, not on the full collection level. So it's really kind of the gateway to more social functionality, where people can explore other people's collection. Users can explore other users' collections by way of looking at the shelves that are made public.
That's awesome.
Somebody, I mean, the Dark Finding, I had this idea as well, so I wanted to ask it. They wanted to see if there's a way to like add a person as a friend. So let's say Statue Fanatic, which is Calvin, and I'm No More Mutants. If I want to add this person in the future, would that be a possibility to say me and Calvin are pin buds or something like that, to just, pin pals. There you go. Thank you. Pin pals. Perfect.
Yeah, absolutely. We have to. That's the concept of following, right? Like,
good job, Seth.
That you're following another collector and following their collection. I think one of the things that we need to be careful of is to not try and build features in the app that exist in other places. Like one of the things I don't want to do in the app is build chat functionality or messaging functionality because people already have 20 different platforms that they use to message one another. And so we need to be really careful about like how we spend our resources and what features we build, especially with the limited kind of
It would be cool though. It would be cool to have your pen pals. I'm gonna keep on saying that, but that sounds good. It's because like for instance, Calvin's constantly texting me in the middle of the night, like what Seth is saying. I want to boost, boost me, and so it's like if I had him there already, then it'd be very easy for me to just go to him real fast, boost whatever. Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah, because you don't have to do that search thing where you go into the unlock room, search for the username, find the pins. I think that there are a lot of features like that, and we like these ideas. I think a lot of them will rise to the top and get built, but it's just like everything has to get in line. We're like one toll plaza, just one booth open right now when there's like 12
cards waiting. Somebody instead of pen pals said
big friends. Yeah, Wolf's Blood. I like that too. That's cool. Big friends. Got that name in there.
That's pretty good.
Anyways, I'm gonna call you out, Calvin. He's having some phone troubles right now, so he's not gonna be able to join us.
No worries.
But I'm gonna call it because I know my wife is already wanting to go hang out for once. My kids always do this. They wait to the end of the day to decide that they want to spend the night at their grandparents' house. And then, rather than telling me like at noon when I could plan something, they want to tell me like at the end of the day. I'm like, well, I got a show now and I can't even go out with my wife when I don't.
Yeah.
How often do you, I don't know if you have any kids, Amado, but I don't get time with my wife alone. You got two?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I got two.
How old are your kids?
Yeah. 6 and 8.
6 and 8. Mine is 7 and 4. So
so same kind of
I don't get a break. Now I'm gonna have a break.
No. I saw him very busy there, and his kids were helping out. They had a good time.
That's awesome, man. Oh, so cool. They're involved with it and everything. That's great, man. That's awesome. Bringing the kids in and all. So, but man, Amado, it was great to meet you, dude, man.
Same here. Thank you so much for doing this.
Yeah. And guys, again, anything coming up this weekend or anything you want to talk about before we head out?
Yeah, I think Sunday I'm going to be dropping the video that we did around Galaxy's Edge.
Oh, okay, cool. So just in time for the hyperdrive.
Yeah, so I'll drop that. So I'll drop that on Sunday, or I might drop it tomorrow at some point. It depends. I'm halfway through it. So
okay, cool. Anything going on with you, Ralph?
I'm actually going to go see my house that's under construction. Is hopefully getting closer to being done. I got walls and I got windows, so it's been a long time coming.
Real quick before we get out here, quick thoughts on the movie on Shang-Chi.
I was surprised. I was really surprised. It was good, man.
Okay.
I have a friend of mine. Actually, my cousin says it looks very similar storyline to an anime that he had seen. Me personally, I was really surprised at how they tied it into the MCU. There's 2 end credit scenes. So make sure you stay for the end credit scenes. But the movie was good. It really amplified or showed the beauty of the Chinese culture. And right now the film is not approved to be released in China, which is a big disappointment. But for those of us here in America and across the world, the Asian community and the Chinese culture is something beautiful. I love the fluidity of this film, and it was just nicely done. It was very respectfully done too.
Okay. Cool.
So
I'm gonna go check that out.
Yeah.
All right.
Check it out.
Calvin, just a quick note. I saw people asking about the coins. Calvin wrote down the names of the people, so Calvin, I think, will be in touch with those people.
Yeah.
So anybody that's asking about coins, Calvin was writing down names, so Calvin should have that list. So if you guys want, message Statue Fanatic, and he'll assist you in any way that he can.
Amado, thank you so much, and thank Erik on our behalf. He was great, and thank you for jumping on with us. You can come on. You tell me when you want to come on No More Mutants. We'll do it again.
Absolutely.
I know
you're welcome here, man.
Yeah, you're always welcome here. As long as you talk Star Wars language, we're okay here.
Yeah, absolutely.
You see, you had to drop that Chewbacca in there, and then George was like, "What? Chewbacca?" So
AP for this guy, maybe. No, just mess with you. Anyway, guys, y'all have a great weekend.
Thank you.
And a great long weekend. I hope for most of you guys was Labor Day weekend. So, anyways, until next time, keep it marvelous.
Keep it marvelous, everybody. Go